Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to OTALK General Economics News. This news includes the following spotlight. Forecast import from Australia to reach $1.44 billion this year. VinFast plans electric car plant in US. Samsung leads the smartphone market. Host considers suspending amendment and cancellation order while trading. The US claims not to be pioneer in the digital currency. Please follow the news. VinFast Group plans to import $1.44 billion worth of commodity from Australia in 2021, more than doubling the last year figure. The import will include around 4 million tonnes of iron ore, 4.5 million tonnes of coal of different types, and 145,000 cows. The group imports for machine, equipment, and material of production reported hit nearly $2 million last year. Of the total sum, the 35% or $700 million came from Australia, also over double the figure from the 2019 and making the industrial manufacturer the largest Vietnamese client of the country. More than half of the total import value, or the $364 million, came from the coal, compared to just $115 million in the 2019. The group's purchase of the iron ore lifted to whopping 19 times of the $123 million in the first 11 months of the 2020. VinFast bought more coal and iron ore last year to service production as its iron ore and steel integrate complex in the northern province of Hải Dương and the central province of the Quảng Ngãi Dung Quốc Economic Zone. Meanwhile, in unusual purchase hundreds of the thousands of coal from Australia, with the whole accounting for 50% of all Australia import coal in Vietnam. With a soaring import number, VinFast World estimates account for 70% of Australia's total export value to Vietnam in the 2020 and 7.6% in 2019. According to Global Trade Atlas, Australia export to Vietnam reached $4.4 billion in 2020, 60% of which to import by VinFast. Last year, the group export exceeded $1 billion, including $966 million worth of high-quality and construction steel. VinFast Trading and Production LLC, a subsidiary of Vietnamese conglomerate Vingroup, plans to open the automobile plant in the U.S. after establishing a 50% R&D office in San Francisco in preparation for California automobile sales in 2022, says the company. VinFast's vision is to become a global smart electric car company in the U.S. market. It is one of the first international markets that we will focus on. VinFast Chief Executive Officer Thái Thị Thanh Hải said, "We initially will develop high-end models for the U.S., she added. Hải expressed her strong belief that VinFast can win over U.S. and other overseas customers with a high-end automobile from Vietnamese firms. They know little or nothing about offer top quality vehicle with the high safety standard and advanced technology." VinFast also plans to open 35 California showrooms and service centers this year, she said. More recently, California regulator has granted VinFast a license to test autonomous vehicles on the public roads. The company aims to deliver the first electric vehicle to U.S. customers next year. Hải did not reveal how much VinFast will invest in the U.S. market. However, she said the firm target to be profitable after 5 years of operation despite challenge caused by COVID-19 pandemic. In September last year, California Governor Gavin Newsom ordered the phase-out sale of the new gasoline-powered car by 2035, which would build as an impetus for VinFast to sell electric vehicles in the market, she said. Early Vingroup Chairman Phạm Nhất told Bloomberg that he will pour $2 million into VinFast to import cars to the U.S. Next, come to the economic financial on the world. Despite the decline in consumption market share in 2020, South Korea electric company Samsung maintained its leading position in the smartphone markets in Europe, the Middle and Africa. This dispels concern about the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on the sales of the Korea's #1 smartphone maker. According to a report by International Data Group, IDC announces. In the 2020, Samsung has sold 99.7 million smartphones in Europe, the Middle East, and Africa, accounting for 78.9% of the market. In fact, the consumption decreased compared to 2019 with the 118.5 million smartphones sold, or 32.9% market share. Nonetheless, the Korea test for maintain its leadership position in show business in the Europe mobile phone market. Meanwhile, Samsung, a direct competitor of Samsung, in the second place as it continued to be significantly less competitor in the term of revenue of this market. Despite strong sales performance in the fourth quarter of 2020, thanks to contribute of the new iPhone 12 model, Apple only sold 53.2 million units, accounting for 50.4% of the smartphone market share in Europe. The next three positions in the top 5 belong to Chinese technology companies, respectively the new name in the smartphone market, Transsion at third, Huawei in fourth, Xiaomi as number 5. Ladies and gentlemen, come to stock markets. The Ho Chi Minh Stock Exchange holds in the consider stop the allowance of order amendment or cancellation during trading activity to reduce system overload with have trouble trades recently, the board said. The proportion of amendment and cancellation order has tended to increase. If the order are stopped, the liquidity on holds will be easy to be 30%. This solution can be implemented immediately without the technical intervention, said Holmes. Holmes said that this solution has certain impact on the investor behavior as they will consider carefully before placing buy and selling order. Algorithm trading order will be hard to be executed due to the higher risk. At the same time, split order will be also reduced. However, according to the general manager of the security company, the suspension of cancellation and amendment order can apply theoretically, but in the term of the service and experience, it will not be really applicable. Even as bank, when the customer write incorrect payment orders, they can still leave and recorrect, he said. An individual investor said in this case, this solution applies. If the order is played wrong, trading may become troublesome because it cannot be modified. We have to watch electric pool all day if we want to trade because it's impossible to predict market movement during the session, he said. Ho said it will listen to the feedback from investors regarding the new solution. The sudden increase in the liquidity recently is unpredictable, causing interior interruption in the trading, said Lê Hải Trà, chairman of board of the member of Host. To tackle the issue, the State Security Commission says it was speeding up the implementation of the new information technology system for the entire stock market, now K or H. However, due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, the implementation of the new system was delayed, and if the desired project is very difficult to continue plan. In order to move easy system overload, the State Security Commission had instructed the transfer to transaction of lead share from Ho Chi Minh City Stock Exchange to Hanoi Stock Exchange. However, so far no company listed on the whole have volunteered to switch trading to H and H. Ladies and gentlemen, come to currency markets. Bitcoin, the U.S. claimed not to be a pioneer in the digital currency. Jerome Powell emphasized that the U.S. does not need to be a cryptocurrency pioneer, but it should be in the right direction. According to Business Insider, speaking to the U.S. Congress, FAD Chairman Powell said the agency is carefully consider whether to issue a digital U.S. dollar or not. The Fed developed digital currency is the top priority project in the U.S. However, the office also confirmed that there are many questions about the technology and policy regarding the new digital currency system. We are committed to addressing technology issues and consulting the public the transparency for inter-party when consider issuing the digital dollar, said Chairman Powell. Referring to the fact the U.S. does not need to be the pioneer in the digital currency, Powell said this is an area where the country needs to invest in time and manpower. The Fed chairman's statement comes in the context of the world with many popular digital currencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum. However, in the Asia session in the morning of February 23, Bitcoin lost about 6% of its value, down to about $52,000. U.S. Treasury Securities Janet Yellen warning the Bitcoin cryptocurrency is highly spectacular and ineffective asset in the terms of transaction performance and thus easier lead to the risk of loss. Bitcoin's bullish momentum is fueled by seeing that the digital currency is now gaining a topping by mainstream investors and companies, from electric car maker Tesla, tech company and for MasterCard payment to investor banking service company BNI Mellon. Ladies and gentlemen, OTALK General Economics News is finished today. Thank you for your attention. Sincerely, goodbye. See you again.